We spoke earlier, or I spoke earlier in one of the other videos about having a clear process for people to follow so that the job is consistently done the same way. That remains the way in which it's done until you, as a business owner, agree that there is a better way. Somebody's come up with a good suggestion and you go, okay, let's change the system, the process, to take into account this new idea. But until that happens, then the process should be done the same way every time as you want it to be done. How do you get people to follow that process the way you want to? Well, you make sure that they watch that process being done and are able to reference back to how the correct way of doing it. Now, in days gone by, we used to write up all the processes, step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on how to do something. These days, it's so much easier. We have a brilliant tool, and it's called a smartphone. That has a fantastic camera in it. These days, the cameras in smartphones are probably better than most cameras, or a lot of cameras out there. All you need to do is, if you're training somebody new how to follow, how to do a job, you get them to film you doing the job the way you want it done. All you then do is you take that video and you put it up into YouTube. You have your own YouTube page, and you store that video in the unlisted section. And you then give that staff member the link that will allow them to go to see how that task is done. And you do that for all the processes in your business. You film everyone, you put it up into your library on YouTube, and you give the relevant people the link to go there. So, if Mary normally does this job and Mary's away on holiday or sick, then it's simple. You just get Charlie, you go, have a look at the video and then do the job. If they're not conversant with how Mary did the job, then you can refer back to them. You don't have to go back. If Mary leaves, you don't have to train the person all over again and go through the same thing. You have a library which they can always refer back to find out how the job should be done. And if you find them doing it some other way, you can get them to go and have a look at the video and say, why are you doing it this way when this is the way you were taught how to do it? And so it gives you a reference point all the time. Just one tip, make sure that when you put that video up into the library, your library, that you have a very clear titling for it. So it's clear what that video is for. This is how we do this task, and label it with that task. Because what you don't want to do is to get it, people have to watch 6 or 7 videos before they find the right one. So clear labeling up into your YouTube page. Costs you nothing and gives you an amazing teaching tool that will cut down, as a business owner, your teaching time and making sure you get consistency of performance.